So we are back with André Williams, the mover and shaker of Miami Gardens. And earlier you were talking about the vision and what you see for the chamber and the effect the chamber can have on the community of Miami Gardens and the people that live in that community. Not just bringing in new business, but what that means for the residents and empowering them throughout that process. I want to go deeper into your vision and ask you, what are the things you think need to be put in place and you see the chamber doing in order to actualize that vision that in 5 to 10 years, the median income has changed from $41,000 to $50,000 per capita?
Sure. And let me just explain about South Florida in general. It is a tale of two cities. We live in a community of haves and have-nots.
Yeah.
So we have some very rich. In fact, we have 30 billionaires who live in South Florida, and I think that's the highest concentration in the world. But we have a shrinking middle class, and there's a significant percentage of South Florida that lives in poverty, especially in Miami Dade County. Miami Gardens used to be a middle-class mecca. When my parents first migrated there in the 70s, it was a mecca for middle-class people like themselves. My mom was a teacher and my father a post employee, as I've said. So the community has changed. The local economy has changed. I don't know if you recall, in 2008 we had the Great Recession. The real estate market crashed all over the country. Well, Miami Gardens was ground zero for that. I mean, in some areas we might have had a 30 to 40% foreclosure rate. So a lot of people lost their homes. A lot of families were destroyed because the home, generally speaking, is the center of your economic universe. That disrupted families in Miami Gardens. I don't know that we fully recovered from that. We started the city in 2003 with the idea to empower local residents, and I think we've done an okay job, but as the commercial goes, okay is not okay. We have the stadium, which is an economic engine in Miami Gardens, but a lot of people are still struggling. And yes, we've got some commercial activity around the stadium, but the small mom and pop businesses that are really the backbone of Miami Gardens are struggling. And we had a Super Bowl here recently, and as we saw, most of the folks come in and then they leave immediately after Super Bowl, and there was no real economic impact felt in Miami Gardens. We've got to do a better job of that moving forward. As I said, we need to make Miami Gardens a hub for technology and innovation, because these small business owners in Miami Gardens aren't really equipped for the digital economy. Yeah, they throw out a shingle and they sell their wares or their services, but they don't make any real meaningful economic impact because their scope is limited. So we started the Miami Gardens Chamber of Commerce so we could appeal to those folks, get them engaged in the digital economy so that they can really empower and grow their businesses. Now, we also have an eye towards larger businesses and attracting them to Miami Gardens as well. But in order to create the per capita family income from $41,000 to $50,000 in that 10-year vision that I have, we've got to empower and grow our local businesses in order to achieve that. And I think we can do that through the Miami Gardens Chamber of Commerce.
Sounds like you're talking about a lot of education and training that needs to happen with now business owners on making sure they're keeping up on recent innovations with technology so they are becoming more efficient in their business and be able to retain the customers, right, and provide service, but also preparing the citizens of Miami Gardens for this new economy, the kind of workforce that's needed in this digital age.
Absolutely. And now I think Miami Gardens has an incredible opportunity to do this. We're one of the most incredible melting pots in the United States. We have a significant Caribbean population that live in Miami Gardens. I would estimate between 40 or maybe even 50%. But then we also have a significant Hispanic population, I'd say close to 30%, and that's Cuban, and that's Central American, that's Latin American. And so we have this incredible diaspora of people. So education is going to be a challenge simply because of the language differences. But I think at the end of the day, everyone values local empowerment of your businesses, and we hope to achieve that.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
Well, let's take a break, and we'll be right back with more questions for André Williams.
Stretch my hands
So there'll be a link